Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and this is Arden. In today's video, we are talking about interior design that rich people absolutely love and how you can apply that to your home. But first, this gentleman of leisure wants to have his nap. So we're gonna let you lay down, aren't we, buddy? Okay, you can lay in my lap, that's sweet too. Now the first thing we have to talk about that rich people love to have in their homes are utility spaces. Now, I work with clients from every walk of life at every budget, and sometimes we're doing a minor thing, sometimes we're looking at floor plans, creating something incredible, and sometimes I get to see this and help people design these spaces. Utility spaces are the new wave of like formal spaces almost, right? Like instead of having these massive formal living rooms and dining rooms, a lot of people are designing homes that have large, oversized, laundry rooms and pantries and butler's pantries. I have a couple of clients actually who have designed spice kitchens with me, and that's great too. These secondary spaces, rich people absolutely love. And if you watch, these celebrity home tours, you always see them and it's like, oh, this is the laundry room, this is this, or this is the pantry, I'm obsessed with organization. And it's like, they literally have an entire, warehouse of food, dry goods, all of it. And you're like, well, you must have a lot of people, but it's like 2 people that live there. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They have way more than they need. And it's like, honestly, to the point where it's excessive. That's what these people love. And I do too, to an extent. Like a butler's pantry, I think is amazing. I absolutely love that. And rich people love these spaces too, because it takes something that can be kind of mundane. Like, like nobody is excited about doing the laundry. And a lot of these rich people ain't doing it anyway, okay? They have the housekeeping staff to do it all for them. But a lot of them love these utility spaces to be beautiful because it elevates that experience. It's ultra organized, everything is stunning and has a specific spot and place. And it completely avoids that kind of like cluttered feeling you can sometimes have in your home in some of these spaces where it's like, oh, I didn't put the soap back where it's supposed to. No, we don't play like that in this house. You know what I mean? Everything has its space and it's absolutely perfect and stunning. Now, how you can achieve that in your home really is not about the space or adding more space, having big, large, oversized spaces. Go and look at what organizers you can find for a space. Like even if you have a normal pantry, like in my house, I don't have a big walk-in pantry. And even if I could have that, I don't know that I would because I don't have that much food to store. I like things to be very fresh. So I don't keep a ton of stuff on hand just in case one day I wake up and decide I want to bake 20 loaves of bread or something like that. If that's the case, I'll go to the store and get it. I don't think you need to have all of this physical space. It's all about the organization. So you could take a single pantry unit in a kitchen and really organize that beautifully. You can get some pull-out drawers in it, and that way you can access all of the space in the back of there to really achieve this beautiful, like overly, organized look and feeling in your home. Plus, when you organize everything, you can see absolutely everything that you have and you can get rid of a lot of the stuff you don't need. Go through those spaces and get rid of a bunch of stuff, because once you do that, not only do you have less clutter means less stress, but also you have more space to organize and make things beautiful. Speaking of making your home beautiful, I work with clients from every walk of life, spaces big and small projects. I do kitchen renovations, but I'll also answer questions you have about repainting your house or what kind of accent wall you should do or whatever that question you have is. So if you're looking for a sounding board or a second opinion, I am at your service. You can always book a one-on-one interior design consultation with me where you can give me a tour and I can answer your questions using the link in the description box down below or going to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. And trust and believe I've helped a lot of people and saved them a lot of money while still achieving great design. Now, something else that rich people absolutely love are dual primary bathrooms. And how often do you see a house or like a home tour or something like that and they'll be like, oh, the house is, 8 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms. And you're like, the math is not mathing on that. Like, how do you have 16 bathrooms but only 8 bedrooms? Because they love a dual primary ensuite bathroom, even if it's not for the primary bedroom, even if it's for a secondary bedroom or a guest suite. Dual bathrooms, everything I want, I need, and I will have. Maybe not in this house, but maybe in the next. I like my privacy. You want to be able to go in the bathroom and do the things that you need to do without being watched while you're doing them. And I love that. I love a dual primary ensuite because why wouldn't I? Now, I don't think you need to be excessive with it. Like some of these houses you see that have like 16 bathrooms. Why? Like, that's a lot for me. That's a lot for me. And I can understand, like, oh, we have a half bath on every floor for guests or entertaining if you really were doing that, which I don't think you are, but that's beside the point. It seems so excessive to me to have that many bathrooms, but rich people, when they got the money to build all of the space and the square footage and everything, you better believe we're having 2 primary ensuite bathrooms. One for me, one for you. His and hers. His and his, or hers and hers. I love the fantasy. I love, love, love that because I don't want to have to share everything. Now, this is not necessarily something you can achieve in your own home. Unless you've got the extra square footage to add another bathroom on, which most people don't. But what I can tell you is actually super convenient in place of this. If you have a large bathroom and you're redoing it, you're reworking it, what a lot of home builders here in Las Vegas do is they will add in 2 water closets, one for each person, have separate vanities, so you get the illusion and feeling of having 2 bathrooms, but it's one main area. That's something to think about. What you can also do, and something I absolutely love for like a hall bathroom or something like that, or it's like if you only have 1 bathroom and you're like, well, gosh, that's the fantasy to have 2 bathrooms. You can actually have a dividing wall added into a lot of bathrooms, depending on the layout, that will section off the shower and, for lack of a better word, toilet area and the vanity. That way, someone could be at the vanity brushing their teeth, getting ready for the day and going, or the kids can be getting ready and you're in the shower and everybody's doing the things. It's not one person's in the bathroom, so nobody can go in there and wash their hands or do anything. That's something that's very convenient and would benefit a lot of people that maybe you have a smaller home, maybe you don't have the space to have, an extra 2, 3, 10 bathrooms in your house. Maybe, having 1 bathroom that's extra would be a luxury for you. So having a dividing wall in a bathroom can really make it feel like you have multiple. You have 2 bathrooms in your house without having the commitment of adding in a second one. That's something you should definitely consider and think about if you are working in a home that's a little smaller and you want that feature in the space. You don't always want to share every single space, every single moment, every single second of the day with your partner, even though we may love them to no end. Sometimes I just want a little bit of privacy in my own bathroom. And I love that for me. And I love that for the rich people that have dual primary ensuite bathrooms too. Now, something else that rich people, and I mean rich people, love, and normal people like too, I see it all the time on social media, and I know you do too, are hidden rooms and secret doorways, passages. And I love that, the fantasy of it, right? And that actually has a big historic reference too. You all know like castles that have secret passageways or hidden rooms, and it might be a servant's quarter, it might be, an escape route in case the castle is sieged. But in normal houses, okay, well, we're not, having our home sieged by opposing forces. Sometimes we like to have secret or hidden rooms, and it's mostly just for the fun of it. Because, let's be real, that's fun to be like, oh, there's a room in this hallway, you want to guess where it is? You can apply these to paneling, like put paneling up on the wall. I've seen people do it with shiplap or board and batten and have like a secret door there. People love that. Or bookcases are really popular. Something else that's very popular right now is actually hidden pantries. So in a kitchen, instead of having your cabinetry kind of come to an abrupt end with a doorway and divide it up or have spaces like that, they'll just have a cabinet front and then you'll walk through this big oversized cabinet front into a pantry. Love that. The fantasy is giving because it's a big oversized pantry. Like I said, I don't personally need that kind of pantry space, but I would turn that into my china closet. Oh, I would love it so much. Or that's a really good place to stash the microwave because we're not putting it above an oven. Okay, we're rich. Okay, we're not having a microwave above our oven. So we're gonna put it into the pantry, into the closet, somewhere we can't see. If it's a really well hidden secret door, I could get into it. Like, oh, there's one hidden in the paneling here, like, and I'm pressing on all of the things to find it. That's fun to me if I can't tell where it is, but I will be able to clock it. I'll be able to see, oh, there's a gap in the trim there. That must be a secret door because I am a super sleuth. All right, I can spot a design mistake or an issue or an abnormality from a mile away. So don't try and trick me. Of the people who are gonna fall for it, I'm not one of them. Secret doors, passageways, hidden doorways, people love. Rich people love them. Everybody likes them, but rich people, oh, they love them. Gotta have one, gotta have 2 in their house. It's essential, it's necessary, it's a need, it's not a want. Something else that rich people love, and it's not just rich people, everybody likes it, but it is more accessible when you are rich, is wallpaper. I love wallpaper. I love wallpaper so much. It's so gorgeous, but wallpaper is so expensive, especially if you're doing something like a mural. Okay, murals are so expensive. And I'm not talking about just having a muralist come in and paint on the walls. I'm talking about if you're getting like panels, custom murals for your home, because they have to be custom made. They have to be handmade for your specific space. So that adds a lot onto the price tag of it, especially if they're handmade. It's probably cheaper just to have a muralist come in than it is to buy like wallpaper murals to put up in your home. Wallpaper is so expensive for a couple of reasons. Number one, you have to buy the wallpaper and it's sold in rolls. And there's a lot of waste when it comes to wallpaper because we have to have patterns that match up correctly. If you don't get a wallpaper that has a repeating pattern that happens quite often, you have a lot of waste. So that adds up onto the budget, right? Onto the price point because you're buying these by the roll and sometimes it's by the panel. The next reason wallpaper is expensive is because it has to be installed. It has to be installed, and I see so many people who are like, I'm gonna do the DIY wallpaper, and they don't do it well. It has gaps, it has seams, like the walls in your house, the corners and everything are not perfectly square. Even in a rich people's house, they're not perfectly square. So you have to account for that when you start. And I see people that'll start at the lower end of the room and work to the upper, and by that point it's all messed up, or there's seams and everything, and wallpaper also shrinks because you kind of have to like, some of them you get them wet, you put the glue on, and so they shrink a little bit, they expand and then they shrink. And you get these gaps in them that have to be filled. Wallpaper is so sensitive, it's so delicate that you really wanna have a professional do it if you're not experienced with that. And that's what I would recommend. We've all seen the episode of I Love Lucy, and the only reason I'm commenting this is because I know some of you will, where they're just not good at it. And that's how most people start off with a DIY project, and you don't wanna be that person. And the next reason wallpaper is really expensive is because you kind of have to have smooth walls to use this. They don't have to be perfectly smooth all of the time, but you will often see the texture from behind. So if you have heavily textured walls, wallpaper is not going to work for you. You have to have the walls smoothed out first in order for it to really look good or be showcased how you want it to be. Rich people love a wallpaper. They love a mural too. It's so expensive though, and it's not always achievable for everyone in their homes. If you have wallpaper, if you're committed to it and you do it, you know, it's not inexpensive. It is a big commitment. So it's something to give a lot of thought to if you're putting it into your house. But I do love wallpaper, and in a small home, wallpaper can be really bold, really impactful, and really stand out. So it's definitely something worth thinking about and not to write off. It just may be something you have to save up to actually have done in your home. Another thing that rich people love is a huge, really kind of popular trend right now, but it's a trend for the rich people, are stone sinks. Yeah, like a sink in your kitchen sink. Imagine it made completely out of marble. The same countertop material you have there in the sink. It flows down into the sink and then back out of the sink into the countertop again. Rich people love it. Rich people love it. And it is stunning. It's beautiful. There's a lot to think about with this though, and I talk about this all of the time because there's lots of things you can do with slabs of stone in your home when it comes to interior design, when it comes to renovations. You could do a slab backsplash, and you obviously have countertops. You could do waterfall edges. You can do them on fireplaces. There's also a big trend right now of cased openings done in all stone, slabs of stone. All of that's really beautiful, okay? It's great, but the stone sinks are something that rich people love. Think about it. If the marble is going to get messed up or ruined, I don't want to be messing up my sink all of the time with something as simple as lemon juice. Like lemon juice, if I'm making chicken, I'm using lemon juice. So I don't want something that delicate when I'm doing something quite often that could stain it. Same thing with like pasta sauce. You can stain marble very easily with pasta sauce. You can stain it with coffee. Like, I don't want that in my sink. So that's why I'm not in love with this, especially not in a kitchen where that is such a hard, worn area. But in a bathroom, I could absolutely see something like this, especially in a powder room, if that's the direction you went with. A big trend here in Vegas right now with a lot of modern home builders are slab sinks. They're slanted slabs of stone in the sink, the same as the countertop material. They do it a lot in like a quartzite or even a quartz, where it's just a slab with a trough drain, and it's very sleek, it's very pretty, but if I'm just washing my hands in there, it's no big deal. What I think would be better off in a kitchen, or what you're doing with that extra stone, because you will need quite a bit of extra stone to make something like this happen, would be to do a slab backsplash, or even an accent moment behind your range, or you could even take and apply that stone somewhere else, like around a fireplace or something like that, instead of the stone sink. Now, while we're talking about kitchens, let's have a conversation about something else that rich people love. They love it, Arden. They love in kitchens, and that would be the luxury, the designer range. Specifically, some of these really high-end French ovens, because they're stunning, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful. I'm talking about the La Cornue, the Leconche. They're stunning, they're so beautiful, and these are really great because you can customize the color and the hardware on them. And I personally like these because of the colors. That's what really draws me to them. Obviously, I like the style and the design of it, and if you wanted something that had this kind of industrial look and feel to it, you don't have to spend as much money as these would take. You can get some really great high-end looking appliances that are more affordable, that are not these like, you know, fancy, over-the-top expensive ranges. But these ones here, honestly, I want one. No, I don't want one. I need a La Cornue because my soul just requires that. I personally like them, like I said, because of the colors. If you like a color and you really want to achieve something specific in your space, it's a big commitment to say, paint the cabinetry this color. I like it, it's adventurous, that's fun, but I'm a blue person, and who doesn't like the color blue? And if you don't like the color blue, it's giving blocked. But I love blue. A blue kitchen is a big commitment though. If you're not planning on staying in a home forever, or if you think, hey, maybe I'll want to sell it down the road, like, is everyone going to like that? It's a big commitment. And are you even gonna like it? Because it's not always just about resale, all right? And I always say, like, you know, talk to a real estate agent to see what their take on it is in your area and investments and everything like that. But it's a big commitment that you may not be prepared to stick with forever. And that's okay, but an oven is a lot easier to replace and it's a lot cheaper to replace than an entire kitchen. These ovens are incredible and people love them. Now, something else rich people like in terms of appliances are panel ready appliances. They don't want to see the refrigerator, they don't want to see the dishwasher, they don't want to see any of it. I personally would prioritize great cabinetry and a custom vent hood over some of these panel ready appliances. And then if you went with a more budget friendly option for an oven, it's like something all in stainless steel that still has that industrial style and look to it, you could really achieve a similar look for a lot less. And then maybe you have some fun with colors in your accessories, your accents, paint the walls as a fun color, even the ceiling in a kitchen, that can be really interesting to achieve the same color schemes you see in some of these spaces. But these luxury designer ranges, oh, they bring me so much joy, make me so happy, and I see why these rich people absolutely love them. Now, these are some things, maybe they're trends, maybe they're not, that rich people absolutely love, but let's avoid some things that are making your house actually look cheap, because these trends are out. Be sure you check out this video right over here to hear all about them, and I will see you over there. Oh, and by the way, thanks for watching.